Yeah, definitely a chance to be a tourist in your own city, or perhaps be a tourist and see Vancouver from a completely unique perspective. Yes, we are on the water this morning. Sea Vancouver. We'll be right back. Of course, why not have a bit of rain while we're here on the Live Eye, right? But it doesn't matter, because this is the kind of tour that you can experience whether the weather is like this, or hopefully, Tom, when it's beautiful over the weekend. We should point out too, the suits we're wearing right now are survival suits, so these are actually
yeah, they're life jackets, they're survival suits. In case of emergency, if you were to fall in the water, they act as a life jacket too, but they keep you very warm on a wet day like this.
Definitely, and this is such a great perspective for people, whether they already live in Vancouver or whether they are tourists, because they are seeing it not looking out to the water, but from the water in. Tell us a little bit about maybe what you would tell tourists or people that are on your tour right now.
So as we come by the convention center, I'll talk about the Living Green roof. It's the largest in Canada. Lots of vegetables growing up there, as well as 6 honeybee hives. And a lot of people don't know, underneath the convention center, there's an artificial reef system, and a lot of fish are coming back and spawning in this reef system. The building has an in-site water treatment plant, so they treat all the gray water, it's reused in the toilets and the urinals. That saves them around $21,000 a month in utility bills. The building also uses seawater to cool itself during the summer months, so now you know why the West Building here won the LEED Platinum Award, which is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design.
Now, for people that are looking to come on the Sea Vancouver tour, how long is the tour itself?
The tour is an hour and a half long.
Okay, and it's $39, which I've been on this tour twice. We brought visitors from out east, and it was just a spectacular thing, because you really do get a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to be going to various locations today, but give people a general idea of the route if they experience the tour.
Yeah, so we leave from Cole Harbour and we do a nice big loop in the harbour in the Burrard Inlet. Then we go right underneath the Lions Gate Bridge into English Bay. We get a great view in the middle of English Bay of Stanley Park and West Vancouver, Kitsilano.
And that's going to be our next stop, Jody and Riaz. We're going to make our way under the Lions Gate Bridge, which a lot of people don't get to experience. We'll take a look at the rest of the tour coming up in the next segment. For more details and scheduling, people have at least until next week, hopefully a little bit longer, but you'll want to book it now. Sea Vancouver. Yeah, exactly. Here aboard Sea Vancouver, where we are looking at the city from a different perspective. And Tom, exactly what are we seeing right now?
So looking over to our right, we can see these big yellow piles. This is sulfur over here, and 1/3 of the world's trade of sulfur comes through the Port of Vancouver. Used to be considered a waste product. It comes from extracting natural gas, but now it's used in many fertilizers.
Excellent. Well, this again is a unique perspective. I'm going to sit down. Nelson, sit down. We're going to make our way. Tom, you boot it right now. We're going to make our way under the Lions Gate Bridge. Okay, Sea Vancouver. Hold on, Nelson. Woohoo! We'll be right back. And you know, surprisingly, the rain is starting to let up just a little bit. So once again, we are here aboard Sea Vancouver, which offers tours of the city from a completely different perspective. So whether you are a local, Tom, or whether you are somebody that is visiting, what a neat experience. Where exactly are we right now?
So we're in the first narrows passageway, just right in front of the Lions Gate Bridge. And in here, the current can get very strong. We're only seeing about 2 knots of current right now. We're getting a flood tide, but it can get up to 7 knots of current in here. So when it's 7 knots, it's very rough and it's very dangerous, and mariners have a high respect for the first narrows passage. All the big ships coming in and out through here require a harbor pilot to be on board. So a harbor pilot is a captain that knows the area extremely well. And the harbor pilot will help assist the captain of the ship navigate in and out through the passageway.
Now, as far as speed goes, can we go a bit faster at all to make under the bridge, or?
Yeah.
So let's go do that, because I want Michelle to be able to see under the bridge right here. By the way, Sea Vancouver tours are running still likely at least until next week. Certainly, Michelle, probably a little bit longer if the weather holds up. But check out this beautiful view. I know that you always give people the traffic on the Lions Gate Bridge. Here's what it looks like as we make our way under the bridge.
That is so cool. I love that perspective. Not very often seen. Very cool, Dawn. Lucky girl.
Definitely a great experience. Now, where exactly are we right now, Tom?
We're in Falls Creek and we're looking at the Ocean Concrete Plant, and it's one of Vancouver's newest art pieces. It's called Giants, done by Os Gimos. They're twin brothers from Brazil, world famous graffiti artists, and you really get a great view of this art piece from the water.
You definitely do. We're getting lots of great views here again on Breakfast Television. Up next, we make our way to Sea Village. Stay with us. You're watching BT. listen, it's not raining right now where I am. It's actually perfect out here right now in False Creek. And again, we're on the Sea Vancouver tour. We're in a very interesting area for people that don't know this exists.
Yeah, we're right beside Sea Village. There's lots of floating homes here. Two of these homes have basements that are below the water line, and these homes will go up and down with the tide. So the difference between low tide and high tide can be about 16 feet or 5 meters.
Now, we're actually going fairly slow because there is a bit of a speed limit where we are right now. But for anyone that goes on the tour, which is an hour and a half, it's $39.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome tour. I've been on it. What's that experience like for people?
They get to see all of the city from a different perspective out on the water. Very good view. And for some people, they like going fast. So the young ones will like to go fast out in English Bay. But then we get to slow down, and lots of good photo opportunities once we go slow through False Creek. So you get a little bit of everything on this tour.
And a lot of great information there, Jody and Riaz. They are for sure running it through next week, possibly a bit longer, but I think you want to get in on it, that's for sure. Sea Vancouver, what a great experience. We'll see you coming up at Celebrations. Yeah, speaking of happiness, happiness is hanging out in English Bay aboard the Sea Vancouver tour. We're coming up next. We're going to learn the story behind Siwash Rock. Stay with us. You're watching BT. Yeah, hanging out literally here in English Bay, and we're going to hear a story with a First Nations kind of background here, right, Tom?
Yeah, this is Siwash Rock, and a young chief named Skalch was swimming in the first narrows right here. He was swimming to purify himself in preparation of his new baby. Now, when he returned to shore, the gods turned him into stone to commemorate his bravery and commitment to his family.
And there is the rock right there. And these are just little bits of information that you find out on the Sea Vancouver tour, which is definitely running through next week, potentially a little bit longer. But the best thing is to just book it. It's an hour and a half. It's $39. Now, we've been going a bit slow throughout the morning because we wanted to give people a bit of that perspective. But I have to say, there is a super cool perspective that we're going to get right now. Nelson, you better brace yourself. How fast are we going to go? And this is just one little bit that people can experience.
We're going to go 30 knots, which is 55 kilometers an hour. Pretty fast for on the water.
And we're going to get a little bit of a donut here. This, again, is like a bit of an adrenaline rush. I got to say, it's almost like an amusement park ride. What a cool experience. Let's go, Tom. Let's go. And back at the station, just check this out. How cool is this? Woo! Sea Vancouver. Check them out.
I hope Nelson's dropped in too. Look at how cool that is, though.
Yeah.
Don's got a really tough job.